And welcome back. Here we have the Thor Sideshow Premium format. Shout out to Manny at Sun City Collectibles, where I get all my local toys. And Dan at Doc's Unique Collectibles, where I get all my hot toys and my Sideshow statues from. Last but not least, Mallfish, where I get supplied all my Mezco collectibles. Here we have the head and the two hands, the body and the cape, 5 different pieces that are put in pretty precisely. The hands at the wrist have magnetic pieces that just sink in. Right there, if you see the peg on the left shin, that goes into the base, and here goes the cape, where it goes straight right there on top of the chest area, which is precisely cut so the shapes fit perfectly. And here's the base. If you look really closely, it's a charred head with 6 total pieces, including the base. It can get a little tricky when you put it together, but once you get it, it's not that hard. It's done really nicely. It's pretty sturdy. It's not super heavy. Thing I like about Sideshow, they make their bases somewhat small compared to others, and they're able to fit like on your shelves with no issues. So that's the best part about it. Go ahead and put the base together pretty quickly, but if you notice here that the base is actually a fire giant themed base, so at first glance you probably don't notice it, but if you look at it from up top right there on the right, you can see the charred teeth with the open mouth, and I already put the actual horn on top of the head earlier. Now I'm just putting the rest of the flames together on the sides. It's not really that hard to put together, besides this right here, which is the fire tongue coming out the mouth. First glance you don't even notice what it is until you put it together. You're like, oh, okay. But it all fits really good, nice tightly and snugged. Not crazy hard to put together. And there you have it. There goes the base with the charred fire giant. Looks pretty dope. Now I'm gonna go ahead and assemble the actual door figure on top of the base. Like I said, there goes the peg. That's actually on the left shin. Fits nicely in once you get it in. Doesn't seem like it's off balance at any time. The weight distribution is done pretty well. As I explained already, the hands right there at the wrist, when you put them into the actual pegs, are magnetic, so they sit in with ease, so you're not worried about them just dropping off or falling off. The cape here is mixed media. Basically, it's made out of cloth, but it actually has these little metal pieces in it where you can bend them and manipulate the way it flows. And those pegs right there, they fit perfectly because they're cut in a certain way where there's no denying where they belong at all if you look at them really closely. And the head sits in really nicely and easy. So all put together looks pretty good. Now there is an actual exclusive addition to this, and if you don't know anything about Sideshow exclusives, it's not sometimes a major piece like a deal breaker, but if you can get it in time, those are usually the ones that are limited and go faster. But with this one right here, the exclusive is actually the Stormbreaker hammer, the comic book version one. You've probably seen an Endgame Thor carrying Stormbreaker, which is more of like an axe, but in the comics it has an axe side, but it's a hammer as well. It's not as crazy long and big. Well, there you have it, the Thor premium format figured by Sideshow Collectibles, Breaker of Brimstone, exclusive. Stands approximately at 25.5 inches tall, width about 18 inches, and depth is about 12 inches. The weight is about 34 pounds as well, and made of polystone material. It's very nice. Weight is distributed correctly. The design is awesome. Sideshow doesn't fail on this one. It's definitely a piece to have. Thanks again for watching, faithful followers, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment on what you'd like to see next, and always stay faithful.